With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another live episode of Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
We are your one-stop shop for crypto and stock, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. Let's hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And if you like free cryptocurrencies, you need to also leave a comment in the comment section below with your Rapids RPD wallet address or your Telegram handle if you are in the RPD tip bot. Shout out to Craig Nickham for the $10 super chat that said put up a rapid sign on the mic. So we did you one better. We got the rapid sign on the mic. We also have the rapid sign on the Learn Crypto rocket ship. All aboard, as the rocket ship must continue. A lot of people are very bearish today, Todd. What do you say to that?
Bullshit. I don't know.
We're going to go over a few different counts we have, what Wyckoff is saying for us, what cryptos we're buying. If you're on our Patreon for June, that is awesome because you already know what we're doing. We already made some money with stops and re-entries. And we will also be giving away this Ledger Nano S along with 1 Ethereum Classic, 1 Zen, and 50,000 RPD during our Patreon-only live show that will probably be happening next weekend. If you're not in our Patreon, maybe you should check out patreon.com/learncrypto to have more 24/7 access to me and Todd. We're going to talk about Binance and how they are starting to block users. Are you blocked? Is your crypto in danger? We're also going to talk a little bit about emotions and what they do to your portfolio. They're going to wreak havoc, and how maybe you can learn to start to get rid of the emotions and let the charts do the work for you. And then lastly, we're also going to talk about the Bitcoin halving, what it has meant historically, what I think it could and will mean this cycle, and when that halving is occurring. Any last words, Todd? Or are we just going to jump right into this?
That just cost us like $7 for using a cuss word.
Yes, we are demonetized. You always doing that. I need my parking fee back now.
What up, Javi? All
right, so over on CoinMarketCap, market capitalization breaking $250 billion. Bitcoin dominance is slightly sliding to 55.6%. Bitcoin up 1.65 to $7,833. Ethereum below 250 once again. XRP above 40 cents. Looking good on the Wyckoff indicators. Todd, I'm sure we'll be talking about that. There is a lot of rumors swirling about XRP. Why is that interesting? Well, maybe some of the rumors may just be true because the Wyckoff indicators were getting friendly on XRP about 24 to 48 hours prior to the rumors coming out. So that either means some dumb money found out about it and they're dumping their bags into it because they're FOMO, or the smart money who actually knows the behind-the-scenes information started accumulating before the public realized what was going on. Bitcoin Cash below $400 and Litecoin back to 104. Binance coin just keeps on chugging. I mean, I guess CZ has unlimited money to keep buying BNB coin. Big winners for today. Solve up 69%. Whoa. GX Chain 27.55. Chainlink $1.06 up 19%. Discord members have been making a killing on Link. I can't really give out the information on why we know about that, but we had some buys at 80 cents, sells at 120, buys again in the 80s, and people are swing trading that all they want over there. Bitcoin, Orbs, BNB to sum up the top winners. Now, without further ado, we'll give it to the man with the plan, taking us all to Lambo Land to take a look at some of the charts. What do you got going on, Todd? Where are we selling? Where are we buying? Taking us all to Lambo Land using? What do you think? Take a look at some of the charts. What do you got going on, Todd? Where are we selling? Where are we buying? Taking us all to Lambo Land using? Jeez.
There we go. I got too much going on. The usual 4-hour Bitcoin chart. I mean, we're still up here. Just here 7,800 where we've kind of been mousing around. I do think we're doing a triangle still up here. I'd called this a triangle, and I think we're still in there. If we show, I should move this over. I've had that in there for Patreon. Still showing our buys. I did throw out a buy today at 76.80, I guess it was. Trying to buy back the 8450s and 8250, 8200s that we sold. So if you can see here on the lines here, I'll go into more detail here, but I think we're still working on a bigger triangle that would work with, let's bring this in. Again, I've had an Elliott wave. I've had a Wyckoff buy signal off software. We're still oversold here. I've got some divergences. I'm not ringing the bell. We're making a major low, but I still think we've done the C wave of this triangle, or maybe one more stab down to 7,200 could do it. I talked about this live before. This was what I thought was this white wave 4 ending. We'd put that over here, but that had been only about 10 days, I think. If we move over to here, it looks way more better to correlate with this 1-2. And then we call this the 3. Drag the 4 over to here, and then that still leaves us room to get above 10 grand. That's still kind of what I'm shooting for. To give a couple alternatives. This would be one alternative, which is more bearish. I've shown this. And this would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this new high at 9,100 was actually a B wave of an ABC, a regular flat. So we're going to go down to the 7,200, bounce maybe to 7,600, and then have another break to 6,800. But I do think if we break here short term, if we go back, let's clean this up. That's not going to clean up very well. To just kind of see where we're at a little bit better. You know, we've been messing around here today. I'm going to show a 15-minute chart that'll show that better. But I think we've done the C wave. Or if we don't get going here, then we're going to come down and make a C wave over here at 7,200. And then even if we're going lower, I think we'll bounce from there because we're so oversold. So we'll probably get a bounce 7,600, 7,700. If that peters out, then we're going to see 6,800. But I'm really trying to still, I want to be long here. I still think we're going higher. So for right now, we're doing that. We're going to go back to the 15-minute that we've been showing really in Patreon. But I'm going to show it here. That's not doing what I really need, but hold on, because I got a lot going on here. If you want to be really cute with Elliott wave, and the reason I do this, Wyckoff's giving us a buy signal, so I'm trying to figure out how this low here, the 7,500, is the low. And to do that, we did have 5 waves up on a 15-minute chart. You can see an ABC down, ABC up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an irregular flat. So you can call this a wave 2 then that ended around 75.80. And then we rallied back near the highs, got rejected hard. That's probably another irregular flat. More selling coming in because everybody is bearish here. I think it was Credible Crypto ran a poll. Just guessing, I think it was 6,700 was the downside, and I think it was like 70% bearish. So with that in mind, I got to try to figure out how we're going to go higher. So we call this a 1-2. This could be a 1-2. If we get above the 7,900 tonight, I mean, we're 100 away now. I think we're going to probably have a quick run to 8,100 or so. This is trying to do that A up of the triangle. So whether this is A, B, C, I think it's 1-2. I think we're going to go up here and do a 3 for the white, then a 4 white, and then a 5. Then that would be the first leg up, if anyone cares, of this ABC up for a D. So this thing is going to count out A, B, C, because all these things have been ABCs. So we're doing this 1-2 3, 4, 5 up to get this A done, come down for a B, go back up for a C. So we're long down here trying to play this move up to here. Again, these are really short-term trades. We're doing them on Patreon, the Discord, just to try to add some value. I did have a buy down here. That's why this is marked at 76.80 or so today. But I've got stops at the 70, down here at this low today. And then also I raised it to the low we made at 75.50. Just, what was that, like 4 hours ago or something? So I don't have a lot of risk with this long position because I don't want to take a lot in case we're going to stab 7,200. Because if this low gives away, I think we'll see 7,200, and I probably would buy that. So that's a lot of information. And then let's kind of, Ethereum, really the same type of thing. This chart was marked a while back, but I think same type of thing here. We're doing a triangle, A, B, C. We just did a C. We're trying to work up somewhere up here, 276-ish or something for what will be that wave 4 ending. And that wave 4 will end somewhere out here or something before we have another run to 320. So I still think what I've been saying, kind of doing triangles, we're going to go higher. I think that's still in the cards. So that's the way I'm leaning it. Ripple, we've been friendly. I don't show it on here, but I gave a buy on this one higher at 44, and then I also gave another buy around 40. So we've got scratches or small losses on the last two higher buys because everybody knows we were long down here at 30 and 31.50 or so. I think that's on this chart here.
Shout out to Walker J for subscribing.
I'm showing Ripple because I do kind of like it here. It seems like maybe it's coming alive. So we've shown this before. Buy here, buy back down here. This was an extremely good buy. This could have been a triangle with the 1-2. So this could ignite here as well. Or this could still be A down, B up, C, D, E, and then do the same thing as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of these. I thought maybe Ripple was a little more bullish count. But if nothing else, I think it's decent here and going to work higher. So let's take it back to you for a minute.
Awesome. Let's go over a little bit of news. No real questions going on in the chat box, I don't believe. Harsh Panda says, do you think EOS is overvalued? I think it's actually probably undervalued based on my utilization metrics. I always say that the utilization of a network drives value appreciation of that network. And in cryptocurrency, that value can only flow to the native cryptocurrency of the blockchain. In this case, that is EOS. So if you look at statistics, EOS is actually the most heavily used blockchain. I think that's also going to increase with their announcement of Voice. Now, the announcement of Voice would have been much more bullish if they were actually using the EOS coin, but instead they're going to have a Voice token. Now, that kind of dampers it a little bit, but it still uses EOS resources and will... all the transactions and everything will occur on the EOS blockchain. So again, you're garnishing utilization there, which I think is great for the value of EOS over the long term. EOS has a lot of big investors, VC investors, so I think they're going to get it done. Whether you think it's too centralized, not or decentralized, whatever it is, I think they have the funds to make it happen. On top of that, EOS adding the Rex, where now you can actually get passive income for holding your EOS, is a great value proposition to bring new investors into the space and to also lock up a majority of the EOS, limiting the liquidity on exchanges. And that means if some good news comes out, if people start catching on, the crypto market heats up, there's not a lot of sell-side pressure, and the price usually only goes one direction, and that is much higher. All right, let's get into the first news article. What do we got here? I wanted to go, going back to Todd's TA on Bitcoin. You see some of the buys there, and they're like, well, it's lower than that. Well, we can't be on YouTube 24/7. It takes too much to set it up. Got to make a thumbnail, got to get live. But we are available 24/7 on our private Discord via patreon.com/learncrypto. And this is what we said to them last night, nearly picking the low. I want to explain something in layman's terms. Many of you need to stop thinking of your portfolio in terms of dollars, unless you are trading to pay bills or have your life savings in crypto, which probably isn't a good idea to begin with. We all think crypto is going much higher at the end of the day, correct? That's probably why you're watching us. You think Bitcoin is just getting started. You think we're going to all-time highs, but yet you're still stressing yourself over the 5-minute candles. So you need to start thinking in terms of how many coins you have. if you took our stop at 84.50 or even 8,200 and had one Bitcoin, you could buy right now at 7,600 and have 1.07 to 1.11 BTC, even with the dollar terms of Bitcoin going down. So are you still with me? Now let's say Bitcoin falls from 7,600 to 74 and you're giving yourself a heart attack and calling Nick and Todd frauds because you're down another $200. You said to buy at 7,600. Well, you're actually forgetting that you are up 0.78 to 0.11 BTC in one day due to the risk management you had with the stop orders we gave you for this very reason. If Bitcoin even goes to all-time highs again to 20K, that's it. We think 50K, we think 100K, some people are saying a million. But even if it just gets to 20K, since again we all think crypto is going much higher, that stop out and rebuy trade today is worth $1,578 to $2,236. Yes, that is correct. You can check the math. So what I want you to think about for a second, think about why you're here. Get off the 5-minute chart. Stop staring at Blockfolio USD valuation every single day. I know you're refreshing it 30 times. Focus on getting more coins in the bags with swing trades and proper risk management. There was no official software buy at 7,600. There was an official buy at 7,680. Realize if you were in Patreon and Discord and you used the proper stops, you made a 0.07 to 0.11 BTC per one Bitcoin you had in your portfolio. And what do? We bought off a low risk entry. We put a stop in. We relaxed. We took our eyes off the computer for a while. The stop got filled, and we found an even better entry while adding more coins to the bags. Add coins. If I have 100 Digibyte, I sell it and it goes down 10% and buy it back, and now I have 110. Digibyte goes to $1. That was a $10 trade, even though at the time it might only be a 10-cent trade. So let's focus on fattening up the crypto bags and stop worrying about the USD price of the underlying. As long as you're adding more coins to your bag day in and day out, you're being a very successful trader. All right, quickly, is Binance blocking you and are your cryptos safe? Well, good news is it seems that this is only going to come into play for Binance decentralized exchange, the Binance DEX, which I'm sure 75% of you haven't even spun up or even tried to use. So the Binance DEX website will block US users and 28 other countries starting July 1st. This news comes directly from the Binance DEX website. A message announcing the upcoming restrictions will greet anyone attempting to access the website from 29 countries. Quote, it seems you are accessing www.binance.org from an IP address belonging to one of the following countries. It'll list all of them. Now, you might be like, oh my gosh, I have so many coins on Binance. Am I going to be able to access those? Well, as of now, it does seem that on July 1st, it is only going to be this website, which is actually Binance's decentralized exchange, not the centralized exchange that you guys all know and love. So I think you should be good to go. Now, there are ways to get around it if you really want to. I'm not going to say that on here, but it might start with a V, it might start with a P, and it might start with an N. So if you type that in Google, you might be able to still access the decentralized exchange to trade freely. I do not believe your coins will be at risk. CZ did say that the DEX may block your geolocation, but the blockchain is still active, meaning if you use your private keys on the blockchain, you can still access those funds since it is supposed to be a decentralized exchange. So, I saw over crypto Twitter that Binance blocking 29 users. Oh my God, sell your Bitcoin. They're the biggest trading facility. Nobody can buy or sell or use their crypto. Well, it turns out it wasn't Binance at all. It was just Binance DEX. And we all know, like I said, that there is ways around it. So again, get rid of the emotions because they're just going to cost you a lot of money. Don't stare at the news and then make an instant trade off of a headline. Read, do some due diligence, do some research, watch our YouTube channel, and you'll make more educated decisions and be taking advantage of those who are selling at low prices, and you can be buying. Alrighty, that's all I got right now. Todd, what you got to add?
I don't know if people want me to just keep going over Wyckoff, Elliott Wave. I mean, a lot of people in the Discords want to learn more because this is the software. This is the reason I'm bullish again. You got volume coming down hard here, breaking lows from back here, but Bitcoin's holding up. So I think that's pretty good. And then you've got, this is the daily, because that's the 5-minute intraday price volume. This is the daily. And you can see here, technometer is 34.55. Anybody here knows 38 is considered oversold. 50 is overbought. So that's clearly oversold, which means there's been enough sell volume coming in. We need to bounce. So if volume was going to bounce here, price is going to bounce some. On triangles, if you look at this, and I went over this live, this is ABC down. The A's are 5 waves, the C's are 5 waves. This ABC back up can be counted the same way, 5 waves. This is 5 waves down, ABC up, and we're looking for 5 waves down here. This is definitely a triangle here, and this could be a triangle, which means we could get one more break to 7,200, which I just talked about. So if we go back here, there's a triangle. I said definitely is a triangle. This is a possible triangle because we're looking for 5 waves down from here. In my head, I'm counting it this way. That's why I give a buy at 76.80. And on this chart, that's going to move over on me, but it was coming off the low. So that means the low's in, and we've done 1, 2, 1, 2. We're going to explode higher. And if you change this around where that's the 1, 2. This is a 3 here. This is the 4 ending. And that gives you the 5 down to 7,200. So just changing it around a little bit, which is why I'm long here where it stops really at small losses. I even added on a little bit a minute ago just for the hell of it, in case this is the move to this D wave we're looking for up here at 8,700. But if we fail right here and give out these stops, I think we're going to do a 7,200. I'd still buy that because of this here and the 34 technometer I just told you about. So I think, but again, I think we've already made the low. We've had selling here today, and it just doesn't put it away. And then somebody said it, and I think it's what I saw in some polls, about 70% of people are still bearish here. So I think we got to run it still higher. So I'm still in the bull camp. PCG account still basically fully invested. So I'm looking for higher prices. And I will.
Someone should take a look at some of the other coins: XRP, Ethereum Classic, XLM, the normals.
I mean, I went over XRP, I went over Ethereum. I mean, XRP still in a triangle as well, if not stronger. Ethereum still in the same triangle. XLM is going to be a little weaker.
Somebody says where you see Litecoin at.
XLM USD. I mean, this one definitely a little weaker. I mean, this same thing could be a 1-2, 1-2 off the bottom. If 0.118 or at this low here, 0.1189 gives away, then I think we'll probably see another new low.
I think that's where my stops are at.
Yeah. I mean, this one still looks decent. I mean, I think that's a sign of strength. This is a backup. So again, I would buy that break. If Bitcoin does 7,200, I probably would still try to buy that. Let's go back to Litecoin. It's a little bit tougher to read. It had such a huge run earlier. I don't have a lot of counts on it because, as I said, it's been tougher to look at. And I still, that was an ABC. I mean, I've had troubles with this one. I mean, you probably would call this A of the triangle, this would be the B of the triangle, and this is the C of the triangle. So still rally up here 116-ish. Maybe not above this high, maybe through it. Something around 115. Another pull back to 107. Then I think Litecoin probably still ready to go. So I'm in the bullish camp. Could hit one more new low. And then I would jump all over that.
See a lot of people asking about the Binance Launchpad projects. You know, Harmony, which is one, Matic, FET, all of these. I mean, essentially, some people, we traded Matic pretty well, kind of sold near the top, told people that they could buy on the 50% retracement. Harmony has done a little better since there's so many people watching it. It had the massive pump, usually followed by the massive dump. It really only retraced probably back 0.318 rather than a 0.5 or a 0.618. So I did not get any entries there. I know a couple people in the Discord did get in there. I think you got to be careful with those. Understand that these are projects that just kind of are coming to the scene. They're getting a large influx of cash, very similar to an ICO structure. We'll see how regulation, approves of that. And you have a lot of airdrops going out, which is going to affect the market capitalization. Market capitalization is going to get bloated very quickly. People are going to be taking profits. But one has been holding pretty well, whether it's just people are like, oh my gosh, Matic quadrupled, so one's going to, I need to buy now, or whatever it is. So, but I'll be careful with those until they get price discovery. They really haven't gone through price discovery yet because they're being manipulated. I'll put quotations around it. By the people buying off the Launchpad, manipulated by the underlying, which is Binance, because if you're telling me that they don't buy and sell or they don't run trading bots on those, you're crazy. I've been on the opposite side of a coin now. I know how all that works. And then, like I said, lastly, I think a lot of people are buying one without even not doing any research. They don't even know what the heck it is, but they're like, well, all the other Launchpad ones went up, so I'm going to buy it. So I'll just be careful, run tight stops. If you're making money on them, great. Do your own research, go to their website, get some more information. I'm also seeing FET talked about a lot more because the other three Launchpad projects now are to $54 million market capitalizations, right in that range, 50 to 60 million, while FET is somewhere around 15 million. So now everybody's like, well, FET, every other Launchpad is 50 million, so FET's got a quadruple or triple. Well, you got to do some research, guys. That's hypotheticals. That sounds great and grand, and you might get the trade. That might work out for you. But realize that without doing any research, that is a high-risk investment and one that needs to have a lot of stops. Man, the last couple times we've gone live here, there's been tornadoes, Todd. What is going on out here? It's crazy.
We got live video girls from Diantha.
Whoa. Hey, girl.
What up, Heather? Todd, you said there's no support under 7,500, but I can't agree with that. 6,800 was big support, 7,000 was big support. So.
And then really even that 5,800 to 6,000 range was support for a year in 2018.
Yeah, I mean, there's been strong, we blew through all resistance or strong support on pullback, so I don't think we're going to see any lower. We could see that 7,200 for a second, I think, and that's all. And this is for, what is it, Drain the Swamp?
I've got balls of steel.
He's all in on XRP, so he's got some balls of steel.
Cool. Let's go over this last little bit of news.
I got some news I want to give.
What's your news?
Forget.
What's your news?
Open bets on CME's Bitcoin futures hits record highs. That was from the 3rd. Sharp rise in the futures trading activity could be a sign of increased institutional participation. And I'm going to agree with that. So institutions, it's no different than the stock index futures on the stock side. When somebody's got big money to put to work, they don't buy stocks, they buy futures. Then they go to work when they damn well please putting the money into the individual stocks. They don't chase the stocks. So institutions are going to chase the futures and then put the money to work when they're more comfortable. So I think that's extremely bullish news that Kerry posted today.
Boom. And then the last bit of news, I want to talk briefly about the Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin halving. A lot of people have been talking about it. A lot of people probably don't even realize what it is. Litecoin halving is going to happen first. That's just the way it lays out. But somebody did post this this image here, which is pretty interesting. Essentially, the halving for Bitcoin is going to occur midway through 2020. Now, what does that mean? I hear some people talk about it. They're like, oh, the supply is being reduced. This is how CNBC says it. Oh, Bitcoin supply is being reduced, so the price usually goes higher. The supply is not being reduced. The circulating supply stays the same. The total supply of 21 million stays the same. What is changing is the amount of supply that is put into circulation each and every block. Essentially, the inflationary rate is being decreased. If the inflationary rate is decreasing, like all these halvings, it's being cut in half, yet the user growth continues to expand. You have a supply and demand curve, and that is why you see historically the price continues to rise. Now, you notice here that before every halving, there is always a support here that eventually gets broken. It turns into resistance. We butt against that resistance, break through, and then it becomes support, and then we rally through the halving. That happened here. That happened once again here. You see, support. Oh, it gave away. Resistance, you touch it, you finally break it. It serves as support once again, and we move forward, and we have another bull cycle. Currently, this is where we're at right now. This is 5,800 to 6,000. It's very strong support, broke through, finally blew through it. So far, it has returned to be resistance, or downside support, I mean. And we are going to be accumulating until the halving where the next bull cycle should occur. Now, this timeline here, you notice, gets bigger and bigger with every halving. So we'll see if that continues to be the trend, if history repeats itself here. So maybe we don't really explode, but this count here has us going to 9,000 to 11,000. We end up sideways. This is when you should really be buying Bitcoin. All the crypto Twitter trolls are still bearish. And then the halving occurs and we explode to new all-time highs, whether that's 35,000, 50,000, whatever it may be. Essentially, this thought process is very good. Historically, has played out very well. The key point on this is if 5,800 gives away, then the history is thrown out the door, and this logic for this halving being a bullish event goes out the window with it. So really, you guys can be bullish, bearish, whatever you want to be. You might be looking for lower prices, but everybody should be rooting that 5,800 holds until the next halving cycle, as that will really spark the next parabolic bull market that we all know and love from 2017, 2013, and 2011. All right, what are you going to add? Now? I was going to do a giveaway. What you got?
Give it away now. I love that.
All right. Estash says, Nick, BTC been rally for a while, need a big correction, at least 30%. Well, Estash, I don't know. We're not seeing it. The Wyckoff isn't saying that. The Elliott Wave really isn't saying that. We've been having proper risk mitigation for stop losses and making good trades off of those. And, that is what it's been. People have been bearish all year. When we were buying at 3,200, people are saying we're going to 1,500. When we were buying at 4,000, people are saying we're going to 3,000. So, we've heard this over and over again. Eventually, we'll be wrong. Maybe eventually. But for now, with proper risk mitigation, things are going just as planned.
Nick, was you on Pornhub earlier? Because we're getting a lot of spam tonight.
Hey, when you start making it, haters come out. They'll spend their money just to spam your chat. But, it's whatever.
We're getting the haters.
Maybe that gives us a little bit of extra ad revenue because all the extra chat.
I want to talk about the haters again in a minute myself.
All right, let's go ahead and do this. We do have a giveaway for you guys. Let me refresh our home page.
It's raining like a bitch.
I know. It's distracting.
Dang.
If you've never been on our homepage, come check it out. We do have interviews with John McAfee, Thomas Lee, Charles Hoskinson, and others. I'm supposed to actually be maybe getting an interview with Ron Noor. I don't know how to say his name, but that is it. That's his Twitter right there. So we're giving away from this. We'll copy this. All right. And the winner of 10,000 RPD is...
Yo mama.
Yo mama. Josh. That is awesome. I XRP'd my pants. There you go. Perfect one to win. He's got the rocket ship, the moon, and the bulls. If you guys want some free cryptocurrencies, like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section below with your RPD wallet address or your Telegram handle like Josh did here. If you are part of the RPD tip bot, I can send you 10,000 RPD just by tagging your username. It's as simple as that. No complex wallet addresses. On top of that, don't forget, guys, if you want to check out patreon.com/learncrypto, we will be giving away this Ledger OS, 1 Ethereum Classic, 1 Zen, and 50,000 RPD during our Patreon-only live show that occurs on probably next weekend. We did have a cap. We had to set a cap. We had so many people come in, so much success. We had to cap off our top tier to 250 people. That has been filled, but we did introduce a new tier. It is $10 more a month, but we wanted to show loyalty to those who have been around from the beginning and those who got in early, and that's just the way it has to be. The success, what me, Todd offer, Palm Beach Confidential, Palm Beach Trader, it's well worth a couple dollars, and let's just keep on getting those gains. All right, Todd, you're up. I'll send this individual
we're giving a course away still because we owe a course to the Twitter followers.
That is true.
But we've got the software we had issues with. We're giving that away.
Yeah, we got to download the pick all so it does a truly random Twitter pick.
Exactly.
We want to do it live on the air. I could go home and do it, but we like to do it, be transparent, do everything live. That way people understand that we're actually giving it away and that we have no choice who it goes to.
And Heather, I'm embarrassed to say how much time I've spent with my wife in the last 6 months. Because it's embarrassing.
She did come up here this Sunday to go to the Cardinals game.
Yeah,
that was fun.
We had...
Shout out Chris K9 for getting us the tickets.
5 or 6 hours together, but embarrassing because all I'm doing sitting here, I'm more comfortable sitting at the desk behind us because I got 100 tabs open. And it's just easier to trade here. So my other desk, I have internet issues at home. Our internet's worse than it was 20 years ago. We've got a home out in the middle of nowhere. and it's just a pain in the ass. So give me the camera, will you?
Just sent the 10,000 RPD to Josh. There you go. Done. Simple as that.
There's one thing I want to talk about. We're getting a lot of trolls. So like the other day I'd do a trade and somebody says another loser. And that's the ignorance of people wanting to be traders. Because if you don't take losses, you're not a trader, because losses are a part of it and they're the most important part. But what I want to show, like on TLT, I tweeted this today because I've given TLT buys. I was bullish just all along. I did give a sell Friday at the close. I told people over the weekend to sell Monday morning. So actually I sold even higher than what is shown here for my mutual fund clients. I got the close of the next day. But that trade there covers a lot of losers for like pro traders. So if I buy a stock, lose a few dollars, you know, I just got to come back and hit another one, massage it, and turn it into a big winner. It's the same thing on the cryptos. Some losses now aren't going to be a big deal because we've been packing away big winners. So you just got to be able to, you know, losses are definitely a part of the game, especially if you're day trading. If you're trying to short-term trade and you won't take a loss, I mean, you're going to be out of here at some point, easily and quickly. I want to show GDX. This is one I gave live on the air. I bought it here for pro traders. I had to stop just near the bottom of these lows because I thought maybe it might spring the low. We're overbought, but overbought doesn't work when you're making a bull move. So I did raise stops today to let this thing run. I'm going to buy GDXJ on any type of pullback because I think that was a good low that we made. Same thing here. That was a triangle that looks like a fifth wave, but that was just getting everybody sucked in short is all that was doing. And I had the reasons why I bought. I really had better reasons to buy GDXJ, but I did buy both. This one isn't quite as strong, but I think precious metals still have higher to go. We are overbought, so today's opening could have been sold. But again, I'm not doing that on some of these trades. I'm trying to put together bigger trades. Like we did on Bitcoin. There's a lot of trades in Bitcoin you could have took on the way up. We didn't take any of them. All these buys going back on the 4 hour, because I'm still getting grief for even that. So, and even up here, I don't, you know, I think we're still at higher. I think the trend's higher. You don't sell short into a bull market, into a bull move. That's called fighting the trend. That's something that you don't want to do. It might work now, but it doesn't work day in and day out. So I try not to make rookie mistakes. So I wanted to go over that. I went over TIA. One more thing I want to look at.
Also realize that all those buys and sells are made either live on air, live on Twitter, or live in Discord. So all those can be backed up by an order book or, you know, people, you can just ask individuals.
All right, we're on no bullshit.
We don't do the hindsight trade like everybody else does around here.
And I guess they do that a lot in some of these Discords and stuff we're hearing. UUP, long dollar ETF. I've talked about this one turning down. I think it's turned down. I need the technometer to get a little bit higher. I'd feel more comfortable. That can happen quickly in this chart. Big red volume here. You can count that different ways, but I'm hoping for a little higher for a day or two. I think this thing can be sold. I think it's going to turn down well, and I think that's going to add to the upside on cryptos. I mean, if the dollar crashes here and cryptos run up to 10, 5, or 11, that would be perfect. But I still think this is going to keep cryptos moving higher to new all-time highs on Bitcoin. And then one more I'm going to show. I told people live this was fundamentally, which I'm not even a fundamentalist. I said Shopify was going to be a home run. That thing right back, 292, not overbought. That thing just keeps rocking and rolling. If anybody's got that, Merry Christmas.
Boom.
I could give. How about let's go to, now things are picking up, which this is kind of bass backwards. Things are picking up. We're selling some courses because I know a lot of people at the bottom probably didn't finish them. I mean, a lot of people didn't finish the courses because we had a bear market. Should have tried to dug in them. When we dug in around here, there's a lot of days we didn't want to come to work, didn't want to go live, just fought that negative sentiment. So down here we've got Wilborn, Davies, Levy, Hill, McNeil, Nadu. Welcome to these people new here just in the last 30 days or so. Get through that course. If you need any help, all you got to do is reach out to the teacher because that's me on the course.
All Patreon members also do get a discount code upon signing up for learncrypto.com/Patreon for 20% off the course, saving you 60, what is that, $60 off the course, something like that. So it's actually pays.
$240.
Yeah, so you actually pay for 2 months of Patreon if you buy the course, essentially, with your discount.
Here's Tractor Supply, another stock I think I like here. Not saying buy it right here. Here's a few things I'm looking at. Twilio, this is a strong one as well. I mentioned that one back at 25 and 30. It's 136. That's a home run. Well, Wingstop is one we've talked about before. Anything holding up here, I think is going to be there. That one, rock and roll. I'm kind of pissed. I missed some of these because Tuesday's rally was kind of news-induced jump higher, and I didn't chase it. That's one that you could have paid 83.47 or so, 83.60, and been up still another almost $5. So some of these, when the markets are going down like it happened, and stocks are holding up, like Wing and some of those are the ones you want to try to get on. The strong stocks get stronger. So, and that's everything I wanted to do.
If you guys have any final questions, comments, concerns, TA charts, anything like that, it is 7:15, pouring down rain. I want to get home, watch the NBA Finals. Let's go Blues, by the way, tying the series in the Stanley Cup 2-2. We are here in St. Louis. We'll see what happens. You know, if we can get a big win in Boston, they will actually be coming back here potentially to clinch the Stanley Cup. I don't want to jinx them, but tying the series 2-2 was huge. Even though that did cause us not to be able to go live. For those of you who watched us, our last live show was like 2 minutes. Got cut off because there's so many people downtown that just all the cell reception, all the Wi-Fi reception, everything was all goofy and not working.
Ethereum 210? Nope, I don't think so.
Somebody's asking.
Maybe on the ABC pullback, if Bitcoin goes to 10.5 and then gets clobbered, but right here, no. It's a 246. I think I got some stops at 236 on some short-term positions.
There you go. And Jet wants to know about Ethereum Classic. I think the Ethereum Classic chart has kind of been a little bit stronger here lately with the Bitcoin drop and some of the others that held up firm, but I think the stops can kind of be ran around the same levels. Probably, what is that, 650 or something like that?
Yeah, and I still think, I think that's a good low. That's A of the triangle, that's the B, and we just did the C. So I think that one still works higher. And anybody PCG, I sent out an email. Some people maybe didn't understand it. I manage accounts at Coinigy. Coinigy stops have given me problems forever. I've got 3 commas set up. They'll put market orders in. They basically hide them off the exchange and they go to market. So if you have APIs for me, keep the ones you did for me, but make me a new one at every exchange. Trading API, all rights except withdrawal, transfer. Send me those keys because that way I can add it to 3 commas where I can much easier trade these portfolios for clients. And starting to trade a little bit more because I think we're going to make a high up here where we need to trade.
Somebody wants you to
get those to me.
Take a look at Tron, and I'll hop to this overview because another person says, what are your guys' takes on NPXS, Tron, and BTT? So you definitely should pull up a TRX chart. PundyX, if you want to see my full opinion, check out my Twitter. It's right underneath my name right here in the bottom left, Stu620. The Patreon Discord members did get all that information plus some at 7 to 9 sats. Currently, we are around 12 sats. I did give this information public on Twitter at 10 and 11 sats earlier. So, looking good. And all my fundamental opinion and why I believe PundyX is setting up here is now available for the public on Twitter. But I made sure to get it to the Patreons first a few days ago, about a week ago actually now, at 7 to 9 sats.
I think Tron still works higher. So that's kind of the triangle, A down, B high, C. So I'd expect still a little more sideways here and maybe bold higher when we get out here on the E wave of the triangle. So I'd hold that or buy a dip.
I want to go over Bitcoin and Litecoin briefly before we head out of here, just to give a refresher, because it seems like a couple new people are still trickling in.
Not really on Bitcoin, because it's so damn detailed.
Yeah.
I mean, Bitcoin, we're doing a C wave of a triangle. I just got too much shit on the charts. Trying to keep it organized. I mean, I think we're right down here. I gave a buy today. I got to stop at small losses. I think we've done the C of this triangle, so I think we're headed up here. Don't hold these levels straight on me, but something, let's say 8,800 maybe, over this ABC move up. So I'd be long. If we break today's low, I think we maybe stab 7,200, and I'd buy that. Still saying that the C wave. And worst case is this chart, which shows maybe go down to 6,800 and scare the shit out of everybody. And I would expect a quick reversal from that, if that would happen. But I think if we do a 7,200, then we'll get a bounce, 76, 7,700. If that peters out, then we're going to get the 6,800. But hopefully we'll have time to trade around that. And at 6,800, if this even happened, I'd be extremely bullish. Even anything lower, I'd even still, you know, because Bitcoin could have, at any point, have a major sell-off and everybody jumps all over it. But I'd be a buyer on that. Longer term, I'm bullish.
Kanan is in the house. Kanan does work with the Vertcoin team, so I guess you got to take a look at VTC because he says it's been a while.
VTC, and then
Randall wants Boston to win because they get the big B on their jersey for the Boston Bitcoin Bruins. Now that is a good subliminal message, but I can't go with that because we are natives to St. Louis. And St. Louis Blues have never won a Stanley Cup, so I got to be rooting for that. They might make a movie of this if the Blues win, because they were in last place with something like 19, 20 games to go, fought all the way back to get home ice advantage, and now they're in the Stanley Cup. Pretty crazy.
I mean, there's more of a chart I've been looking at. I mean, you know, it's kind of tough. I mean, big green volume back in here to try to bring in the lows. Not a lot of selling. I mean, I think it would be higher, but I don't want to see really this level to give away shorter term. So that's 0.358 or so. So I'd be long, give it the benefit of the doubt, because some of these coins do popcorn up when no one's looking. And it looks like this probably, this volume kind of defined the low, that this low is important. And this is probably support here, so maybe a little higher. It's getting hot in here now.
It is getting hot.
What the hell?
Kanan says, holding steady, just going sideways. There you go. G Money says, go Raptors. I would agree with you. If you guys do any sports betting, which I don't know if it's illegal in your country or not, Bovado does accept Bitcoin, though. I actually did go money line on the Raptors. Now, I know that the Warriors have not lost at home in something like five playoff final games and something like 15 playoff games, which is pretty crazy. But I think they're a little banged up. I think Kevin Durant is out. I think Klay Thompson may or may not play. I think Iguodala is getting old, playing a lot of minutes. Same with Boogie Cousins. So I'm going to roll the dice, take the odds, go with the Raptors, and let's hopefully see somebody else but the Warriors bring home another NBA title. There you go. You get crypto, you get stocks, and you get sports bets. That's about all I got, Todd. You got anything else to add?
Join Patreon. I mean, that's the best money spent, I think. I'm trying to educate some in there.
And I really, that's not us saying it. I mean, I'm sure there's people in here on Patreon that can agree with it. Like I said, even the Bitcoin stop we had made all of those individuals 0.07 to 0.11 BTC, which is crazy for a $30 fee. So check out Learn Crypto or patreon.com/learncrypto. If these YouTube videos are enough, if Twitter's enough, we do give out a lot of free information on there, a lot of free information on learncrypto.com, a lot of free information on wyckoffsmi.com. All those links can be found at the bottom of our page right here. So check those out. But if you want a little more, check out the Patreon. I think it'll be well worth your while. And we always try to give back to you guys. As we grow, our giveaways keep getting bigger. So like I said, this month we're giving away 3 different cryptos plus a Ledger Nano OS. And so hopefully you can store those cryptos that you're earning over on Patreon safely.
And I didn't run a disclaimer, but I'm just going to say, do your own research. This is not investment advice. We're just having fun here.
Just having fun, having some entertainment, letting you know what I'm doing with my money. Whatever you do with yours, that's your decision. I'm not telling you what to do.
All right.
That's about all we got. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrencies right here at Learn Crypto.
Peace out.
Oh, hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you gotta be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck, everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.